Hello, crazy gold lady. Crazy? Crazy? Why are you calling me crazy? I feel like I'm actually like pretty chill. Although if you consult the hot to crazy ratio, you know, that chart, if any of you are familiar with it, you know, women are at least a 4 on the crazy scale, which, you know, I can agree with. Even though I feel like I'm really low on the crazy scale, there are some times I act a little crazy. I act a little crazy, and you know what? That's okay. That's okay. We accept that sometimes. So I would say I'm probably no more than like a 5 or a 6 on the crazy overall. This is for women. The hot crazy matrix. Should we just watch the video? What am I doing? We should watch this. Are you sure you're not a unicorn? That has been said to me before. It was really awkward. You know, I'd like to think I'm a unicorn, but like, if I'm being honest, I am not like the most like attractive person. I would say if I'm being reasonable, I would rate myself maybe like a 6 to a 7. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I'm not a bombshell. Guys, I'm not. But I'm not ugly. I think I am attractive. I'm just not like, you're not gonna see me and go, Azam. You won't see me on the street and think that. You're just like, oh, man, she's nice. Is unicorn a bad thing? No, I just don't think I have what is necessary to be a unicorn.
You have your crazy axis and your hot axis. Hot is, as usual, measured from 0 to 10. We're all familiar with that. Mm-hmm. Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least a 4 crazy.
Can confirm.
So you got 4 to 10. This is your hot crazy line right here. Very important that you keep in mind where the hot crazy line is.
Let me just say, him in the suit and the tie, it really sells it. Like, this is so professional. Even though it's like, the recording isn't the best. It feels so professional.
As a rule, this is your no-go zone. We do not hang around and date and marry women who are not, at least in our mind, a 5. So this is your no-go zone. You don't go here. We just rule this out. Life is better this way. That's the way it is. All right. Above a 5 and to about an 8, and below the crazy line, this is your fun zone. You can hang out here and meet these girls and spend time with them. That's your fun zone. But keep in mind, when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location.
For the girls, that's the friend zone.
Okay, so that's the fun zone above a 5, hot, below an 8, hot, and below the crazy line. This means these are most of the time not crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Above the danger zone, above the crazy line, we have the danger zone. This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany.
No! Oh no! Oh no! I forgot about that! Chat, you don't think I'm crazy, do ya? I guess I'm in the danger zone. Consider this, I saw this video years ago, before I became a VTuber. Well, there goes my unicorn status.
This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed. You get a bunny in the pot. Your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail.
Let me clarify. I am not doing any of those things. I am a good girl. I have never slashed anyone's tires or done anything crazy like that. I'm a good girl. I like to follow the rules. I like to follow the law because I don't want to go to jail.
Now that we have some of the chart filled in, we got a couple more pieces to put in, but at this point, understand something. This is not a static environment. This is a situation where you have got to use this matrix over time to develop some reliable data. It's like a dope chart, okay?
So definitely date around. That's definitely what they're saying here. Like, you gotta date a lot of girls.
Because at any moment in time, any woman that you have previously located on this chart can vanish from that location and appear anywhere else on the chart. So what you have to do is, over time, collect some data. And once you have a cluster of data points, you can begin to consider that reliable. Now,
is he talking about, like, you know, you, like, let's say you date a girl and then you guys don't, like, you guys break up or something, and then she, like, works on herself and she works on herself and then gets, like, super hot. That's saying, like, she goes immediately to hot. Or, like, let's say the breakup is bad and then she, like, slashes your tires and suddenly she's in the danger zone. Is that what he's saying? Because I never really thought about that, because, you know, I don't date girls. Although, like, okay. Chat, just between you and me, I am friends with some girls, and I feel like this chart is applicable at times, because there's times where I can sense the crazy. Like, they're not traditionally crazy, but there's sometimes things are said where I'm like, that's a little sus, and I don't want to get on your bad side. Because I get the feeling you would wreck things for me if I got on your bad side. I don't know, guys. It's kind of accurate even for female relationships, I feel, at times. But, you know, I'm not hanging out with people based on whether or not they're hot. I do it more for, like, it's like funny versus crazy. How about that? For female relationships, we've got, like, funny versus crazy. I feel like that's pretty accurate. But even then, it's not always just about them being funny. The variety of things. It's complicated. Women are complicated. Let's continue.
Moving on, you have this zone here. This is below the crazy line. Above an 8 hot, but still, you know, about a 7 crazy. This is your date zone. You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family. They're good looking, and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time. Okay? So you can stay here indefinitely. Now, above an 8 hot and between about a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your wife zone.
Yeah.
Okay? When you meet this girl, you should consider a long-term relationship. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation and not an actual. This is not a pie chart showing you how many of these people are out there. This is simply a representation of what you're after. You want to be.
But there are a lot of crazies out there. You know, keep that in mind.
Be 5 to 7 crazy above an 8 hot. That's your wife zone. Okay. Now, below a 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist. If you find...
The laughing in the background, did you guys hear that?
Don't exist. If you find a unicorn, please capture it safely, keep it alive. We'd like to study it and maybe look at how to replicate that. Okay?